million. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bag.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment so special.
This game is so historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It's the AFL-NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football.
And he's going to go down again. Randy Gregory. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We want it. Come to my world. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 26.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott escaping the pressure right. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Randy Gregory able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. On second down, it's Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
I think defensively, you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A big play here for the Cowboys. 41 yards. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
No score after one on EA Sports.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Defense wins championships, baby. Go to 54, go to 54.
On second and inches, Prescott, that is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, they run with Howard. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen. Pass.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 44. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going. This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Gerald McCoy never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Everybody, line in. Mike 52. Double dog, that's the way.
To throw is Prescott.
Oh, you got deep.
On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Zerline good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is...
And he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. They find some open field here.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. Now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
Three down.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 minutes remain in this opening half of Super Bowl 55. 1 man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He's going to get it running right, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Slam. Kill. 6 guys. Check 6. We're going to 54. Why in? No, off. Jam it. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. Gun. 26.
Running with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. James has got it, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
And we just ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge.
Second and 3. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Randy Gregory in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. They're going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now back to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Under. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why?
Check that. We got Mike 52.
We're going to 54. Why? I'm coming after you. Do up.
He's coming. He's coming. We got.
Hey, kill. 47. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Prescott now, and his pass incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Super Bowl 55 as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what
blitz coming, and down he goes.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
10th carry now for Elliott. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Go. Get out there. 52's the mic. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Done. 4 down. 52.
Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Shaq Lawson, his 2nd sack of the night. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part. We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here's Breida. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
47.
Check 49. Check 49.
Under.
Mike 52.
From the 27, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check 50. Check 50.
Here we go, 46.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. He's got a man, complete. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down.
Hey, kill. 47. We're going to 54. Why ain't? Zoom. 51. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Check 52. Check 52's the mic. Go.
Mike 52.
3 buzz. Where's 52? We're going to 53. 52's the mic. Go. Watch the slant. 52's the mic, boys. 52. You ready?
They'll throw again. Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Focus, defense, focus.
They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Watch the pass.
Randy Gregory.
The quarterback sacked.
Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Come on, D.
Tighten up. Check. Fresno.
Checked up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And all the way down to the 29. A big play here for Dallas. And even 60 yards.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, Prescott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for the Dolphins. 45 yards. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Dallas Cowboys will hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They are the Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start the drive with Harris. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Grant. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. What a sensational punt return, 98 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. What a risk he took, but it paid off. I mean, he took that punt from inside the 5 near the goal line, ran it all the way back.
And normal coaching says you let that one go. Anytime you're inside the 10-yard line, you let it hit and hopefully bounce into the end zone. But as you mentioned, he took a risk, and boy, did it pay off in a big way. I wonder if they let up a little bit going downfield, thinking that there was no way he was going to return that one.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, flush to his right. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills, and that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills, but they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
To throw again on second down. Murray flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And the Cardinals are in. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Arizona.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Next to score, Cardinals 21, Seahawks nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down now, it's Harris. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Green 80.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Quick the edge, quick the edge.
Come. Check.
Wilson. And that will be incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions. It nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ziggy Ansah has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chris Godwin, 85 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw in that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I got you.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jaron Reed. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
Mike, 57. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Freeman a 1st down and more. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys continue to pour it on. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me,
and Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Target.
On first down, Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The 20. And bulldozing his way through. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 30 yards.
First and 10.
From the shotgun, Wilson dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's third down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after here coming up. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and a route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and a route is on here in this first half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Wilson. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Check. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang. Go, guys, 4 down.
On first down, Swift. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Check three.
From the 39, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. Mike's 43.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. There goes a deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
That's how the defense scored points.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trey Flowers picks it, and he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Hold up. 43.
To throw is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeak.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Murray now looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
They'll try the left side. Swift, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Eluding the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 23, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Throwing on first down is Murray. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jakeem Grant with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch the whip.
On second down, this is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Check safety, check safety. Check safety.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Flush to his right, and that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
DK Metcalf, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Point after, right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
Seahawks 14. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
To throw on second and 10. Murray, this one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Go. Motion. Zoom.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Throwing is Murray on third down. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
This with pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Ben Banagoo in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Throwing on second and long. Murray, he sets to fire deep. And this is caught at the 20. They give him a gain of 38. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 17 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Seahawks 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf. 83 yards. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back. Extra point safely through as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Come on, fellas.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Devontae Freeman. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Hassan Reddick. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 32 on the play. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Swift. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From just shy of midfield, Wilson buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Right left. Motion.
Now Wilson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep rights. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Throwing right, and that's complete. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Ready? 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 57's the mic. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Hey, check.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Pick it up. Switch. Check 26, check 26.
Wilson will throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Strong right. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna...
Throwing again here, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
Check 31. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 10. Accelerating, and off he goes. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. This one complete to Lacy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
43 for Mike. Hey, I'm coming. One left. One left. Motion. 43 is the right.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cardinals, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.